Hi guys, welcome back to Manga Mono. The anime begins with Mao being surprised that his father, who abandoned him years ago, suddenly returns. All this time, he thought his father would never return since he went out to buy a box of milk 4 years ago. However, his father explains that he left him behind to look for a stepmom who could help him be a better man. Shortly after that, Mao's new stepmom, Shiori, introduces herself, unconsciously flaunting her bouncy twin personalities. Seeing such marvelous beauties, Mao blush. Guys, before we continue this recap, please don't forget to like and leave your comment about this anime. And now, I leave you to continue watching. And he quickly realizes his dad's quest was a resounding success. Since he's also a man of culture, he immediately forgives him for being missing in his life all those years. I mean, after all, who can blame him since he genuinely seems to have Mao's well-being in mind, right? Since he's practically been maidenless for years. The culture within Mao rises uncontrollably when Shiori suddenly starts getting a little too close to him. His dad, feeling concerned, tries to stop her from embracing Mao. But it's already too late. Her bouncy twin personalities easily overwhelm Mao, making him faint. When he wakes up the following day, he learns that his father has gone to work. Now he is home alone with Shiori. Shiori makes breakfast, and Mao thinks it's a wonderful meal. The way he eats makes Shiori realize that he likes her cooking, so she embraces him, forgetting how he feels about such interactions. Yesterday, while Mao was unconscious, his father confided in Shiori that he was anxious, nervous, and scared around ladies, which explains why he fainted. He shared that this phobia began when Mao lost his mother, and since then he has been suppressing his emotions due to the deep love he felt for her. Upon hearing this, Shiori sympathized with Mao and vowed to care for him as if he were her own, instantly making Mao's father happy. Presently, Shiori stares at Mao and recalls what happened yesterday. She then snaps out of it and asks Mao if he will be free later to show her around town. Mao agrees and takes her on a tour of the city. That afternoon, while on the tour, Mao bumps into their family friend, Kurokawa. For some strange reason, he feels uncomfortable talking to her since she is married. Despite that, Kurokawa wishes she could get closer to Mao, but Shiori arrives and ruins the mood before she can reveal her feelings. She gets jealous after seeing Shiori and questions Mao's relationship with her. However, she is surprised to learn that Shiori is Mao's new stepmother. At the same time, she feels relieved since she initially thought Mao had an older girlfriend. Later, Mao continued the tour but felt uncomfortable since Shiori was getting a little too clingy for comfort. However, like every other great stepmom out there, she uses the excuse of getting lost if she lets go of him so she can continue clinging to him. During their stroll, plenty of guys take notice of her amazing twin personalities, but thanks to Mao, nobody approaches her. Around sunset, Mao wraps up the tour and tells Shiori about the common bath in their house. For plot-related reasons, Shiori gets interested in the bathroom and suggests taking a bath there with Mao. At first, Mao objects, but he eventually agrees because of Shiori's remarkable personality. Of course, because of his phobia, he passed out at just the thought of the activity. In the evening, Mao's father calls, saying he will be working late. Shiori takes the opportunity to share a bath with Mao, so she can help him overcome his anxiety and phobia. As expected, an awkward tension develops between them during that time. Shiori offers to clean Mao's back and he cooperates because she says it will be good for him. Unfortunately, it might not have been a really good idea for a maidenless guy like him. Shiori accidentally gets a hold of his sword hero, and the pressure overwhelms Mao, making him accidentally spill his precious liquid white gold deposits. Although shocked at how it happened in a flash, Shiori doesn't look down on him and promises to take care of him like a real mommy should. After the bath, Shiori even caringly joins Mao in the bedroom and puts him to sleep so he can feel secure. I really need Shiori in my life. The next day, while Shiori takes care of her twin personalities, Mao walks into the room and accidentally sees them in all their glory. However, Shiori kindly makes him feel welcome, inviting him to get his daily dose of calcium-enriched drink to help him get strong bones. While Mao takes her up on her offer, Shiori can't help but fill the room with her heavenly cultural sounds. Of course, since he follows the zero-waste lifestyle, Mao ensures that not a drop of the calcium-enriched drink goes to waste. In turn, Shiori decides to put her karaoke skills to use and calm down his enraged sword hero as a means to thank him. She even utilizes the forbidden power of friction, but it turns out to be a little too much for Mao. When the time is right, he reaches his limit break and accidentally spills his liquid white gold infused again. To ensure that Mao's sword hero calms down, Shiori uses her twin personalities to suffocate it. In the end, with the help of the forbidden power of friction, she makes him spill the final batch of his liquid white gold and calm his sword hero down. The following day, Mao's dad gets off a call with someone and looks angry. When asked, he mentions that he will be leaving town for a business trip. Mao is stunned that he will be gone for a month, but Shiori is quite chill with it. She tells her husband that she will miss him and smiles when asked to take care of Mao, ensuring him that she has that part covered. Immediately after Mao's dad leaves town, Shiori dresses up in a highly cultural outfit and prepares a meal in the kitchen. She ends up attracting Mao, who creeps into the kitchen with his enraged sword hero. He can barely keep the anxiety within him in check, so he lets his sword hero knock at the gates of her dungeon, expressing his strong need to explore it. Surprised, Shiori tells him to stop because it's not the right time and place for it. However, she soon finds herself unconsciously letting out cultural sounds, seeing the opportunity. Mao acts quickly and exposes the entrance to Shiori's dungeon so he can inspect it. Although it's just a regular inspection, Shiori feels strange and the culture within her rises uncontrollably. She then assumes a forbidden stance and gives Mao a wide range of views to support his inspection. Doing this makes the culture within her go out of control and makes her accidentally step on Legos. At the same time, Mao's sword hero reaches his limit break and accidentally spills some of his liquid white gold reserves. As time goes on, Shiori's attachment to increases, and she often feels the need to take care of his cultural needs daily, helping Mao slowly forget about his phobia. One day, Mao feels his anxiety rising again, so he meets with Shiori so she can give him therapy. As you'd expect, Shiori doesn't hesitate to help Mao by letting him show off his pro-level mukbang skills. During this time, her mind goes blank, and she can't help but let out cultural sounds. It gets to a point where her dungeon becomes humid and Mao senses that it's ready for him to explore. However, he calms down and allows her to flaunt her pro-level karaoke skills on his sword hero to buff it. Eventually, Shiori can no longer control the culture within her and gives up on her no-exploration policy. As a result, she equips Mao's sword hero with the proper dungeon exploration gear, signaling that he's leveled up enough to explore her dungeon. She then assumes a forbidden stance and shows off how fast she can perform squats to prove that her gym time is paying off. Mao's mind goes blank and he expresses his feelings to Shiori. Even when Shiori mentions that he will get over her, he rejects the idea and promises to care for her all the time. Hearing this makes Shiori happy, and she looks forward to a wonderful future with Mao. After that, she continues letting Mao's sword hero explore her dungeon and makes it spill plenty of its liquid white gold. This continues for hours until they have exhausted all of their proper dungeon exploration equipment. A few days later, Shiori gives in to the culture within her and asks Mao to deliver a fresh shipment of liquid white gold to her dungeon. After hearing this, Mao seems shocked, but he does not oppose the idea since he will get to finally explore her dungeon unrestrained. Shiori spares him no time to decide as she gets closer and shows off her pro-level squatting skills again. During this time, she loses all composure, and Mao confesses his feelings for her. He likes the way she took care of him since his dad traveled and wishes to be by her side. Hearing this makes Shiori happy and she compliments him for being good to her. However, the culture within her quickly takes over. She can't help but feel sorry for her husband, since she ended up preferring Mao's cultural energy over his. Mao then escalates things for her when he shows off his pro-level CPR skills. Instantly, she reaches her limits and steps on 1,000 Legos. In response, Mao continues to explore her dungeon till he manages to reach his limit break and delivers another substantial shipment of his liquid white gold. Eventually, Shiori reveals her feelings again, and Mao appreciates her for it. This time he repeatedly and fiercely explores her dungeon until she loses her mind and begs him to give her the population +1 buff. So, when the time is right, Mao graciously deposits a truckload of liquid white gold directly into her bank account. As the torrent of liquid white gold floods her account, Shiori completely loses her mind and can't stop herself from stepping firmly on Legos. Sometime later, Mao gets ready to walk Shiori down the aisle so that his father can marry her. Before that though, Shiori drops a shocking piece of information. The population +1 buff has taken full effect and it's clear who it's from. Surprisingly, Mao does not seem shocked by the instead. He congratulates her and gives her a quick CPR session to help calm her nerves. A few days after the wedding, Hayun leaves town for another business trip, and Shiori resumes her stepmommy duties with Mao, ensuring that she keeps her promise to always take good care of him. And guys, please in the end, don't forget to support us with a like for the video and algorithms say you will like these videos.